Hey, this is Beverly Bozeman. I am the creator of the About Her Ministry YouTube channel and the soon-to-be released best-selling book, Diary of a First Lady, Shiloh Grammar. Happy Thursday. I'm sorry, it's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure and share this broadcast with your friends and your family. And if you are watching this on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe and click the notification buttons so that you'll know whenever I drop a video with my shenanigans. Hey Jeanette, how are you doing? Also be sure and check out my website, beverlybozeman.com. The books are still on pre-order status, so you can also get a handful of goodies for your pre-order for the book. So I heard a sermon today, and it just like blew my mind. And I'm not going to preach to y'all or anything, but I just took away a whole lot of nuggets, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. And not necessarily in like the church or spiritual or sermon sense. Hold on, y'all. Come on. Sorry. All right. So the live stream is entitled They Are Watching You, so go into graveyard silence. And this is what I mean by graveyard silence. The graveyard is one of the quietest, most quiet place. I don't even know how to properly say it, but it is like the quietest place on earth, because there is no conversation unless people come to visit, people pass through, animals trotting through. You don't have people if a kid is taking a test, a bunch of kids taking a test, right? There's not supposed to be any talking, but you're going to have coughing and sneezing and scratching and paper rustling around and what's the answer to number 3? Stuff like that, right? But in a graveyard, it is just total silence all the time unless somebody comes in, and there's for a purpose that there's noise. So I want to explain what I learned and then go back to what I mean by graveyard silence. You only speak when you have to, and there has to be a purpose for that. So there are people who are watching you always. I don't care where you go, what you do, somebody is always watching you. If you're one of those folks who never leave home, then you might be one of those that this doesn't necessarily apply to. But when it comes to people watching you, I don't mean just people just passing by watching you. There are people who are intentionally watching you, and it's not for a good reason. I'm not saying that you're being stalked or they're going to try and do something to you. A lot of times when people watch you, they don't necessarily have your best interest at heart. And what I mean by that, some people are watching you so that they can be nosy. They want to keep up with what you have going on so they can jump on the phone and call their best friend or call the person who hates you the most in the world. And they will just give them the lowdown, give you the rundown of what you got going on. Girl, can you believe she cut her hair? Her face is entirely too fat to be wearing that short haircut. You ought to see it. And she had a nerve to dye it blonde, honey. Can you believe that? I don't know how old she thinks she is, but she just looked real foolish. And then this whole conversation ensues about how stupid you look with short blonde hair. People like that watch you so that they can pick you apart, get on the phone and gossip about you and just keep stuff stirred up. Then you got some people who negatively use you for selfish motivation. This is what I mean. Not so much so that, let me back up. Some people, when they watch you, they have negative motivation in terms of, she's a dummy. If she can run a business, I can run a business. If she can get a husband, God knows I can get a husband. Stuff like that. Now, when people are joking, do not be fooled by that either. Because when people try to joke at your expense, girl, I was just playing. They meant that crap. They meant it. They meant it. They meant it to the third power. They put, I was just playing or joking or kidding on the end. Nope. They meant that. They are using negativity for selfish motivation in their minds or out in front of your face, and put joking on the end behind your back when ain't nobody around but them and the rumor mill folks. They talk about what you have going on and then say, and if they can do it, I know I can do it. But it's in a selfish way because they're putting you down in the process. But if they were really honest and truly inspired, like Jeanette, she's an awesome photographer. I know I have no photography skills. I don't really have an eye for creativity like she does. But she's very inspiring. And when I see her photographs, I'm like, wow, I wish I could do that. But I'm not creative like that. But if I had the desire and sort of creativity, I would definitely use her as a motivational piece. Wow, Jeanette really inspires me. I wouldn't say if she can do it, I know I can do it, because she ain't even hardly as creative as I am. That's another reason why people will watch you, for negative, selfish motivation. Another reason, and this is the big one, this gets people hurt. This causes family to fall apart. This causes people to go to jail. Well, thank you, Jeanette. My plate is so full, it's starting to crack. So maybe when I retire, I'll take up photography. The third one is people will watch you so that they can try to sabotage. Can you believe it? I think that is just one of the most awful things in the world, to watch somebody so that you can try to sabotage them. Like, literally, you know that, okay, let's say, for instance, I know that Jeanette was going to school so that she can get a degree in photography education so that she can open up her own photography school, right? And we live, hey, Christopher, we don't live too far from each other, you know, a couple of miles. We go to the same church. Our kids are in the same dance troupe or whatever. I take every opportunity that I can to sign her up for events, to sign her up for different meetings, to head up different meetings. Make sure I call her when I know she's studying, the day before a test. Call and remind her you forgot to do whatever, or I won't be able to do it, so you're going to have to. And I am intentionally sabotaging her so that she cannot pass her test, so she cannot pass the class, so that she can fail, get a big fat F and fail. That's on purpose. That's sabotage. I'm watching her. Everything that she does, I try to put some type of stipulation on her joining stuff, so it's more of a burden. So it's more of a going to school is more of a burden. So she will eventually drop out, right? And so what I mean by they are watching you, so go into graveyard silence, is stop telling everybody everything. Stop telling everybody everything that you want to do, that you're going to do, that you have plans for, that you have signed up for, that you are driving on your way to. Stop doing that. My granddaddy told me over 40 years ago, he said, everybody who shows you their teeth ain't your friend. That would include family members too. Every time you start out on a new venture, somebody somewhere tries to stop you because you're always telling people what it is that you're trying to do. And these folks, they don't want better for themselves. They don't see themselves doing any better than what they already are doing. They don't see themselves having more than what they have. But here you come from out of nowhere, and you are showing them that it can be done. And they feel like trash because they have wasted so much time, so much money, so much energy, or they are afraid to try, or they don't have what it takes to accomplish things in the way that you did. But if they were to apply it for themselves, be creative for themselves, or put forth the effort for themselves, they will be successful. But it's easier to sit on your hind parts, point fingers, and gossip than it is to get up and move something. It's just easier. Doesn't mean that the outcome is better. It's just easier to sit still and do nothing. But when you go into graveyard silence, you ain't telling nobody nothing unless you have to. I can't make it because I have something to do. Plain and simple. What you got to do? You ain't got nothing to do. I can't even tell you how many times I have told folks I can't go because I got something to do. And they didn't like the fact that I said I got something to do. Where you got to go? What you got to do? You ain't got nothing to do. And then I was just messing, or I don't really care no way. I was just... So, there's a lady that I saw on YouTube. Her name is Prophetess Maddie Nottage, or Notage, Nottage. She's on YouTube. And she was talking about familiar spirits and spirits that monitor you. Familiar spirits are spirits that are sent by the devil. They're demons. And they kind of watch you and gather information so that they can send other spirits or people into your life to try and just basically make you have a hard life. Try to sabotage your life. Cause people to sit around and talk about you. They feed them information about you. It's real deep. So you can go find her on YouTube. And that reminded me of what I have been saying for 100 years. Not 100 years, but y'all know what I mean. We have got to be cautious of what it is that we're saying, because somebody's always watching, number one. Somebody's always listening. And one of the things that she talked about in the example is what I have been talking about for years, because I experienced it. When you say what it is that you don't want, or you're speaking in a negative sense, you're going to get it. When you say stuff like on a regular basis, I'm so tired of being here. I just feel sick to my stomach. I'm just going to end up going in the hospital. I just know if working here, y'all going to send me to the hospital. Get mad at your coworkers and you say stuff like that on a regular basis. The next thing you know, you're at the hospital. Or you're always at the hospital. You're always at the doctor. Because you have said those things on a regular basis. And here's the thing. We repeat things that we hear folks say. Or we say how we really feel out of frustration. And it's... the word says you will have whatever it is that you say. What you send out, you're going to get back. I don't know where it goes. I don't know how God does it, but you will get it back. And it doesn't matter if it's positive or it's negative. It's what you said. And so the lady prophetess Maddie, she has said that the person, she gave an example, the person was talking about being sick. And so they ended up, being in the hospital just like they said. And it made me think about it when she said there are demons that sit and listen to whatever it is that you are saying. And they make sure that you have it as long as it's negative. So with that being the case, why not say the things that are positive? Why not say what it is that you want, what you need, what you feel like you should have? I used to say, well, I don't even want to say it no more. I used to say stuff because I used to hear other people say it, and I would repeat it, but I didn't really know what I was saying until I got older, and it became a habit. And the people that we hang around with, family, friends, co-workers, whatever, we are so used to talking down on ourselves. We are so used to being negative that when it comes out, It's just acceptable. And if you say something that's the opposite of acceptable, you get dirty looks like, who you think you are? But you're going to have whatever it is that you say, and you got to keep in mind that somebody is always listening. Some type of spirit is always listening. And the angels have to come and they have to move according to your word. I don't know exactly how all of that works. I haven't studied it, so I ain't going to claim to be no expert, but I'm an expert on the fact that I know for myself that I have whatever I say. I done seen it work, honey. So I think that everybody should maintain graveyard silence because they are watching. Only say what you should say or what you need to say to inform people of what's going on when the time is right. Other than that, you're going to be like, every time I turn around, she asking me to do something. Every time I turn around, they invite me to stuff. They know I'm trying to study. They know I'm trying to work this second job. They know I'm trying to start this business. They know I'm trying to build a relationship with my kid. They know I'm trying to fix my marriage. You all the time invite me out. And then when I say no, I can't go because I'm doing X, Y, and Z, y'all get mad and talk trash about me. Pay attention to that. If you are trying to repair your marriage or trying to strengthen it or have a better marriage, and certain people are always asking you to come out on your free time. Oh, he'll be fine. Girl, he'll be all right. We'll be back in no time. No time turns into y'all going to another city to go shopping. You leave 11 o'clock in the morning and you come home, it's 10:30 at night. That was on purpose. That was on purpose. When people ask you to go out with them, to go shopping, go to so-and-so's house, go to eat, go to a church service, and it's not going to be long. We're not going to be there that long because I got to do X, Y, and Z, and that is it. X, Y, and Z is over, and then they find other places for you to go, other people for you to hang around with, knowing you got to go back and spend time with your husband, do your homework, get up on time so that you can get to work. That crap was on purpose. Promise that was on purpose. I've had that done to me before. And they act like you wrong for getting mad. They act like you're wrong for being in your feelings because that was a setup and you're not going to take it. You're going to say something about it. You get mad all the time. Just all the time. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. But that's about it. I just wanted to remind y'all, go into graveyard silence. Stop talking so much. Stop telling people what it is that you're trying to do, what you're wanting to do, because people will snatch information from you, do it before you, discourage you from doing it, set you up so you can't do it, a whole bunch of stuff. But just announce what you have to announce and speak. I am so glad that you heard it. And I know you've experienced it too, Jeanette. That's real talk. But we have overcome it. We have learned from it. And we have moved forward. So that's about it. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really hope you guys will, at the very least, focus on what it is that you are saying, because it is very, very crucial. It has a lot to do with how your tomorrow will be, or how your time this time next week will be, based upon the things that you begin to say now. So anyways, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Be sure and go to my YouTube channel and subscribe and hit the notification bell. And you can go check out my Facebook page. My website, beverlybozeman.com, and see what kind of shenanigans I got going on over there. And be sure to release your genius, pull off the impossible every day. Let's be glamorous, godly girls.